Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little follow-up on my vocal feminization surgery, my glottoplasty. I just passed 2 weeks post-op yesterday. So this is 15 days later, and this is what my voice sounds like in recovery. I did full vocal rest for 7 days after surgery. After that, I sounded like this. All I could do was whisper because everything was so swollen. So this is a slight improvement, but it's going to take a little while for that to really change. To go through some of the steps. When I first went to the hospital for surgery, it was scheduled as outpatient surgery, which wasn't really workable as I did not have anyone to pick me up afterward. So they decided to admit me to the hospital after surgery, which was a little difficult. After the surgery, I woke up in the recovery room, and I guess the trauma of anesthesia and the surgery had made the headache from my brow reshaping, recontouring, much worse. So it was difficult to get enough pain medication for that. And that continued when I was transferred to the hospital. It was really difficult to get the medication I needed, and I couldn't get it from the nurse, who I had a really hard time with, partially because I couldn't speak. And you would think in a hospital they would be accustomed to people with that kind of communication problem, but they were not prepared for it, it seemed like. And so eventually I was able to get some pain medication, and because I had some in my purse, I was able to augment that a little bit to actually get enough to go to sleep. But they wouldn't give it to me on my request. So, something to be warned about. I think also because they hadn't planned on admitting me, I wasn't able to get my regular meds easily, and I had to make sure that all of those were arranged. Frequently, when I was in the hospital, I would ring the bell for the nurse, and then they would get on the intercom and ask me what's wrong, as if I could answer. And I told them no, I couldn't do that, and they knew I couldn't do that, but they still did it repeatedly. It was really frustrating. So yeah, my experience in the hospital was not very good the second time. I think being mute had a big problem with it, but also just the staff I happened to get at this time were not very as helpful. So I was ready to leave the hospital at about 6 p.m. after my 7:45 a.m. surgery, but I had to spend the night, and I wound up not being able to get out of there until about 10:45. Thankfully, I was able to get a hotel room in the area, so I didn't have to drive home right away. I had a hotel room. I just had to get another night, and my care coordinator was able to arrange that. I was very thankful for that. And eventually I got home to recover, which was, a bit more difficult because it's much harder to take care of yourself, but things are okay. Made it through the first 7 days and went I do a lot of meditation, focusing on healing. My mantra is, may all beings be perfectly healed. And may all beings have unconditional love for all beings. May all beings be perfectly at peace. And I think that helps the healing process. I also drank a fair amount of hot tea. Just trying to take it easy on my voice. I entirely used an app on my phone to speak for me for the first 7 days, and I still have to occasionally if I'm in an environment where I can't be heard. It's probably going to take about a month before the hoarseness starts to wear away. So, I'm looking forward to that. And it's probably going to be about 3 months where I sound somewhat normal. 6 months to a year, meaning being all changes are done. But after I did my follow-up with the doctor, and he looked at it with the endoscope, and he says that it was all healing perfectly, which is great to hear. And it's just going to be a healing process from now on out. I believe I do have a follow-up with him in about 3 months, and I also have a follow-up with a speech pathologist in a few weeks, so we can sort of learn to work with my new voice, however it sounds. Obviously, not sounding the greatest right now, but we shall see how it gets better. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. I'll be happy to follow up with you and help you out as best as I can. It's been a real blessing to be able to get all these surgeries done, and I'm so happy about it. I had all my surgeries done through various doctors at University of Virginia Medical Center, UVA Health as it's commonly called. And they seem like the best transgender healthcare I've found in Virginia. So I would definitely recommend them, and check them out if you're interested. So far with them, I've had the brow reshaping, I've had a rhinoplasty, and I've had the voice done now. 3 different doctors, and it seems like a really good healthcare team. And really what you want is the team as a whole when you're doing this sort of thing, because you can't just depend on one doctor. One doctor is great. One doctor can be fabulous, but you want the team backing them up to be just as good. So, I guess all I can say now is, may you be well. May you be blessed. May you have unconditional love for all beings. May you be perfectly healed. May you be perfectly healthy. May you be perfectly happy. May you have all the money you can possibly use. I love you. Aloha.